Hi, so this is Jessie Boyce with Wandering Educators, and I'm here with another Jessie MacDonald, who is the executive chef at 1809, the flagship restaurant of Rod here in
Miramichi, New Brunswick.
Miramichi, New Brunswick. And so, hi Jessie.
Hi, how are you?
So tell us, what do you do?
Well, I'm the chef here at the Hotel Miramichi River. I've been in the position for about 2 years now. It'll be 2 years in November. I'm actually originally from Prince Edward Island. I've cooked professionally for about 10 years. I've done 2 separate stints in the company. The Rod company is where I got my start in the industry. I started out as a dishwasher way back in 2002. I've been in the industry now for, like I said, about 10 years.
Wow, you rose up fast.
Yeah,
impressive.
I've been very lucky. I've done 2 separate stints with the Rod. I left in 2006 for about 4 years and actually came back in a management position as sous chef at another signature resort property with the Rod family on PBI. And then this opportunity arose. This is my first executive chef's job. I took the reins when I was 23.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm now 25, so I'm really looking to continue to grow the restaurant as we have in the last 2 years.
Well, our dinner was fantastic. I really loved it. So tell us, what do you feature of the local ingredients?
Well, obviously we're here on the Miramichi River. We're known for salmon, one of the most famous salmon rivers in the world, actually. So that obviously is sort of our signature with the salmon. Another thing that we do obviously try to bring to the surface or feature is the seafood. I mean, we're lucky with the embarrassment of riches that we do have as far as seafood, so many different kinds, shellfish, just fish in general. So I would say that we're a seafood restaurant, and we're trying to sort of generally, cooking on the East Coast for a lot of years has been very similar styles and whatnot, so we're sort of trying to bring a little bit of contemporary flair to a sort of seafood restaurant here on the East Coast of New Brunswick.
Now, I want you to tell me about my stuffed halibut, because that was possibly the best fish dish I've ever had in my life.
Well, that one's pretty easy, and as I sort of explained in the table, it's basically as old French recipe as you can get. It's just a standard mousseline or a mousse, as we sort of know it a little bit better nowadays. Fairly simple. It's obviously based with fat cream and cream cheese at the base. What makes this one unique is I use smoked scallop. It's a smoked scallop mousse. It gives it a little bit of a play. Tastes a little bit like bacon. That smokiness comes through. So obviously that's a natural pairing, the smokiness with the fish. So that's sort of where I'm going for. You don't see a lot of those classical recipes necessarily as much as, in my opinion, you should, because they're sort of the staples for a reason. And I mean, the classics are classic because they work, right?
What's your favorite dish that you've created or serve here?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Obviously the haddock dish I'm very proud of, and also we get a lot of good compliments on our blackened salmon, obviously. And that's one that our blackened salmon and our cedar plank salmon are probably the 3 dishes with the haddock that are the most popular, that people sort of rise to the top.
So we just had a comment that said that sounds delicious, and we have lots of ours. I have to ask you,
yes.
The seafood chowder, when we were in Ireland and Scotland, we loved the seafood chowder, and I will tell you, your seafood chowder is the best seafood chowder I've ever had. So what's your trick? What goes in it?
Well, the key, obviously, and this is one that we use a lot less dairy in our seafood chowder than a lot of people do. What we actually use to flavor a lot of it is the broth that we cook the fish in. So instead of traditionally, and obviously there's hundreds and thousands of recipes for seafood chowder, but instead of just cooking the fish in real time in the chowder, we sort of do it in stages. Add the fish broth into the chowder as sort of that underlying fresh. Essentially, you're making a seafood stock without really making a seafood stock, because you're using the good pieces of seafood that are essentially going to go in the chowder after. So that's sort of something a little different that we use, and because of that, it sits a little less heavy because there's not as much dairy present in the dish itself. So.
And would you mail order to Kalamazoo maybe sometime?
We'll have to figure out how we're going to make that work and be food safe when it gets there, but you'll be the first to get some if we do.
Thank you. So what else should we know? What else should we know about 1809 or what you cook here?
Basically, I think that we're really lucky with 1809 Restaurant being literally right on the Miramichi River, as I alluded to. Because of the unique property, we sort of are trying to move in a different direction. And I shouldn't say a different direction as in the food we do, because it's not necessarily, we're obviously have the restaurant and you have your staples and your dinner service, but what we're really trying to do is make this a destination, do some more outdoor cooking, some more live events. I've been in contact with a few local chefs about doing some fundraising dinners and things like that that are much more present in bigger cities where there's more chefs and there's sort of a bigger food culture. The flip side of that is in a smaller town, a lot of times you can get the people out that you need to because they know the chefs or they know the people there, and it's a little more community feel. So that's sort of something that I've all sort of been working on to sort of bring this up to the next level.
So my next question, Food Day Canada, what did you make?
So what we did for Food Day Canada, and this is actually the first time that any ROD property has done anything for Food Day Canada.
Wow.
So we started off small, and what we did was we featured 3 different kinds of past hors d'oeuvres just on the house during dinner service. We did a smoked salmon pinwheel with curry cream cheese. We also did a lobster stuffed cucumber, and then we did a little bit of our homemade bacon out scallops as well. And so obviously we're trying to showcase the seafood that we do have locally.
Yeah.
Obviously the salmon is local, the scallops are local, big Nova Scotia scallops from the East Coast. So this was our first foray into Food Day Canada. I've worked at a few different restaurants where they've had events. I've worked at the Infinite Fortune and stuff. So all that is very important to me, and I think that we need to start being a player essentially, because in a small town, again, like I said, your producers are your neighbors, so a good economy is just going to help everyone in the long run, right? So that's sort of the goal, is not only sustainability in cooking, but really in the community itself.
I love that. And to wrap up, is there anything else you want to share with us?
No, I don't think so. Obviously, if anyone's seeing this and they're in the area, please stop in. We have a great staff on hand. We'll be here to obviously serve you and make this hopefully a memorable and special experience for everyone.
Fantastic. And I have to tell you, I think Rod have found a treasure in you.
Well, thank you. I do appreciate it. I do owe a lot to this company because obviously I am a young chef. I am ambitious, but at the same time it takes someone to really have the confidence to give me the reins at the age that they did, and I'm hoping that I'm going to show them they made the right choice in the long run.
Well, I think they did. Thank you so much, Jesse.
Thank you. Appreciate it.